We have a booming population on this planet and growing income. With all of that money comes a lot more stuff, right? And all of that stuff is packed in other materials. And what hasn't kept up with that fast pace of growth is the systems that we need to manage those materials.
One needs to remember that plastics became such an important material because of its benefits. Plastics help improve food safety, shelf life, reduce weights in cars, therefore reduce use of fuels.
The way that we produce, the way that we consume products, we use things and we throw it out. And we're not thinking about where it ends up.
And so it ends up in rivers, and those rivers take it to the ocean. It's bad. I mean, we're talking 8 million metric tons of plastic a year. That's one garbage truck per minute. The problem is likely to double in the next 10 years. Some of the research we've done suggests that over 75% of the plastic that ends up in the ocean was never collected in the first place. We're focused on Asia right now because that's where we're seeing the problem. We will see additional economic development in Africa, and we will see the same problem in Africa.
We need to think of the continuing wave of plastics that will go via South Asia and Africa as people become more prosperous and as there are more people on the planet.
But let's not forget the recycling of plastic is well below 50% in highly developed areas as well.
I think we've got to broaden our focus a little bit and think about the holistic approach to implementing better waste management systems overall.
Waste is the big problem, and waste is way broader than plastics alone.
Usually when you talk with municipalities, they look at waste overall. They have a waste problem. They will not say, come and help me with my plastics problem.
And the truth is, if you focus on collecting all waste, you'll collect those valuable materials that will help support the economics of the system, but you'll collect everything else too. And that's where the public health benefit comes in, and the quality of life, and that's what motivates cities.
The consumer part is very important. Educating the consumers will help this dialogue. The Germans have a good relationship with plastics. There are different solutions that fit the economic status of Germany. When you go to Brazil, to Mexico, to Africa, the economic situation is different. We'll need to find different solutions.
It's not something that is static. We have to think dynamically.
As the population continues to grow, landfill is going to become more and more of an issue. It's going to become a scarce resource in and of itself. Once you collect it, you do control it, but then it's still waste unless there's some way of truly recycling that. You have to close loop that. Someone has to pay for that collection, and whether it's in your taxes or something else.
Scale might make the economic side of the recycling more viable.
Whether it's plastic or aluminum or pulp or paper or it's organic, we need to be making better use of those resources that we pulled from the planet in the first place. You're starting to see brands say, these things we thought had no value now do, and we want them back. You even saw it in this panel. You saw Adidas saying, we have excess material, and Dell saying, I'll take it. For businesses, it's about designing recovery into your materials and your products in the first place.
We have a fundamental belief that our packaging has a value and a use beyond that first consumption. Who should capture that value? We want to see that value stay within the circular economy, stay within the plastic supply chain, stay within our supply chain. I think global brands and multinational companies have a huge role to play in driving sustainability.
We have seen a massive movement on this plastic issue. And I think why that is because people realize this is wrong and we definitely want to do something. You could choose on a daily basis today the products that are more sustainable. So refuse, for example, single-use plastics. Choose not to have a straw in your cup. That's a very easy one.
The issue is solvable, but it will require a lot of coordination among governments, society, us as manufacturers, brand owners, the converting industry, to find the right solutions for the problem.
The truth is we probably have to do a little bit of everything. We have to renegotiate our relationship with plastic. There's no question in my mind that plastic is an intensely useful material for many, many things. But do we need straws? Do we need plastic bags? Probably not.